Welcome to Solve It Like a Marketer. This episode, we're learning how to use market segmentation. So what is market segmentation? This is when marketers divide their target audiences into smaller, more specific or defined groups of people in order to create messaging or ad campaigns that speak directly to that audience. The key to any successful marketing initiative is to not be too broad with your target audience. Consumers within each of your market segments should have familiar characteristics, and this is where our 4 pillars of segmentation come into play: geographic, demographic, psychographic, and behavioral segmentation factors. Let's take a closer look. Geographic segmentation targets customers based on geography. This could be by country, region, or city. We also look at population density, urban versus rural, as well as climate, say east versus west. And if you think about it, marketing is very different for those people who live in big cities versus rural areas, or hot versus cold climates. Demographic segmentation divides the market through variables such as age, gender, family size, occupation, education, income level, and all that stuff. So this is more statistical in nature, but interesting observations can be made when analyzing generational cohorts. For instance, the baby boomer generation versus millennials. Of course, the marketing approach will be very different depending on the generation. Now, some people stop there when it comes to market segmentation, but it's important that we don't forget the 2 remaining pillars: psychographics and behavioral. Psychographic segmentation focuses on the intrinsic traits of your target customer, and these focus primarily on personality and lifestyle. So, with personality, are they outgoing, compulsive, or introverted? With lifestyle, what niche do they fall into? Are they cosmopolitan elite versus hipster? And behavioral segmentation, this kind of overlaps with psychographics, but focuses more on consumers' decision-making and buying processes. So here we look at a few factors such as benefits sought. Do they look for quality, service, or low price? Usage rates. Are they light, medium, or heavy user of a product? User status. An ex-user or a first-time user, and all that stuff, as well as loyalty status. Let's not forget that. So none to medium to strong. So I hope you can see just how important these factors are in figuring out your market segments. This isn't an exact science and usually involves a mixture of different factors depending on what your product or service is. And it also depends on how specific you want to be with your targeting. For instance, if you're starting up your own dog walking business, likely you're going to hit your neighborhood in terms of geographic location. You might choose, say, to target seniors who live in condo buildings, and you might choose to consider behavioral aspects such as those consumers who seek quality and are willing to pay a little extra. They might also be a heavy user who needs their pet walked several times a day. So, as you analyze your own target markets, what variables are you going to consider out of these 4 pillars? In your marketing efforts to date, have you been too broad, say, with segmentation and need to zero in? Try working with these 4 dimensions and build out several possible segments you could market to. Then consider how you would market to them. And finally, choose that one target market that has the most impact. If you have questions for me, would like to suggest a topic, please write your ideas in the comments section below. How did you do with this challenge? I would love to hear about that. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. We will see you every week with new videos, so please stay tuned and let's solve it like a marketer.